Good afternoon, Joe Victor with Allendale Incorporated closing commentary Thursday, June 24th. And of course, let's not forget, first of all, mark your calendars, June 30th, next Wednesday, we're going to have a acreage, planted acres for June versus March. And at the same time, we'll have quarterly grain stocks. I'll give you the gist of it. We will have a special report webinar tomorrow morning. Allendale will advise you that you're going to see higher corn acres in June versus what was prospected back in March. You're going to see lower soybean acres, spring wheat and durum a little bit higher. Not much, but a little bit higher. So what is the trade looking at right now? Well, we can tell you the Dow Jones and Reuters as well as Bloomberg now with their estimates, but what we're factoring is looking at the 5-year average. Past 5 years suggests that you're going to see a report that is friendly to soybeans, not so friendly to the corn or spring wheat, durum wheat. And of course, at the same time, you look at the quarterly grain stocks, and that is a report that at least the anticipation right now is bearish on the starch stocks, and that's corn and wheat, and a little bit neutral to friendly when it comes to soybean stocks, both on and off farm. Quarterly hogs and pigs, that is coming out tomorrow at 2 o'clock. Quarterly hogs and pigs, right now the trade is anticipating mainly a neutral report, possibly a little bit friendly. Looking at cattle, by the time we look at the August futures expiring in the 88-91 area. At the same time, take a look at the crude oil, where you have a wide range of expectations right now. Expectations 70.50 low, 78.50 high. That is a crude oil. We ask you to take a look at our commentary that we have, as well as price projections and looking at trade ideas that we have that coming up for that crude oil market. Same time, I give you a little bit of a redo in here. That is, again, the reporting industry is talking about a great deal about bullish on corn, soybean, and wheat export sales. And at the same time, we had a crush report that came out today. U.S. Census Bureau, neutral for soybeans, bearish when it comes to meal and the oil stocks. And at the same time, good wheat demand overnight. Not necessarily for all from the U.S. A little bit when we look at good demand as far as weekly export sales, but Algeria is a buyer, and expectations right now looking primarily at French wheat. Algeria was a buyer, so did see some little bit of short covering, some positions going before that USD report next Wednesday. At the same time, we have a trade that is anticipating cooler, drier weather for next week. But when we look at the private weather forecasters, they're telling us that especially North Dakota, talk about the eastern half of North Dakota, South Dakota, Minnesota, Wisconsin, and Michigan, northern Illinois, wetter than average. And that is not only for next week, but the week thereafter, the first full week of July. So we can tell you right now, corn doing relatively okay. Soybeans do not like wet root systems when it comes to the early indications, and we are finding out that prospective planted acres, we're going preventive planting. We knew about the preventive planting in Missouri. We're finding out more that's coming in from South Dakota, Illinois, Indiana, where preventive planted acres of soybeans are being talked about, being discussed. That is something that we have to give not only the Canadian wheat acreage and canola and barley and oat acreage, Canada having problems with wet weather, but also some wet weather right here in the Midwest we need to take care of. So we will have favorable crop weather mainly for corn, and that is, again, we get high precip, large amounts of precip, and large amounts of cool air that's moving into the Midwest. We do anticipate already, here it is Thursday, but next Monday, looking for corn conditions to be down a little bit, and soybeans to be down equally as much as they were this past Monday, maybe 3 to 4% lower. If you have any questions, feel free to give us a call. We will be updating price projections based on the quarterly stocks, usage, as well as the stocks of grain on and off farm, as well as acreage estimates. And that's, again, free webinar that we will produce tomorrow morning. We'll send that to you. If you have any questions, feel free to give us a call at 800-2-MARKET. That's 1-800-262-7538, or check us on our website. And again, Joe Victor with Allendale Incorporated, closing commentary for Thursday, and this is June 24th. Thank you and have a safe day.